Welcome to the Vida Spiritual Connection from Vida Spiritual Learning Center, where you are empowered to create the life you desire. Our guiding belief is, by valuing and empowering all, we inspire a joyous and fulfilling life. At Vida, we study and practice the teachings of the science of mind and spirit founded by Dr. Ernest Holmes. Each week, we present an inspiring spiritual message, followed by a guided meditation. Now, here's today's message.
Hello, beloveds. My name is Sunshine Daye, and it is my joy to welcome you to the Vida Spiritual Connection. You know, Vida Spiritual Learning Center is a learning center that is here to provide tools and loving support for your sacred transformation. If you're seeking wholeness, joy, peace, love, or abundance, you're in the right place. Today, in the month of February, we're going to talk about love, and we're speaking a lot about love, and my talk title today is Love. What's love got to do with it? Yeah, of course, right away we think about that Tina Turner song about what love has to do with it. What's love got to do with it? And she says that it's a secondhand emotion. But when I say it, I'm using a capital IT, it, meaning the infinite spirit, power, presence, living spirit. So what's love got to do with this infinite divine God, life, intelligence, and force? Well, a lot of times people say that God is love and love is God. And yet, when we listen to the word love, we listen to it and we express it from that place of being divinely human. And the word, which it is a four-letter word, it is a word that means so many different things to so many different people. As a matter of fact, a lot of people think that love is like lust, and it's only that physical, sexual attraction. Some people think that love is an emotion or an action or a verb, that it is what it does. And so today's talk might leave us with more questions than answers, but that's okay. Because what's love got to do with it? What does love have to do with God, with spirit, with infinite intelligence, with life itself? What does it have to do with it? Well, I tend to believe and tend to know through my own experience that God is love, that life is love, and that this divine infinite intelligence known as love, that it's just another name, not just another name for it, but it defines a quality, a sense of strength, a sense of deep feeling, a sense of caring and connection. And so if God is love, if that is the truth, then if I live from that place of my loveness, of my godness, of my goodness, then I am living and breathing and having my life from that place and that consciousness of the one. So let's just kind of take a moment to look at how this idea of love and what love has to do with God and what God has to do with love, and take a look at what's happening in our surroundings these days. You know, January 31st was the beginning of the season of nonviolence. And the season of nonviolence was put together by Mahatma Gandhi's grandson. And it is 64 days of nonviolence, consciously looking at nonviolence. Now, nonviolence is not only around physically not hurting or harming someone, but it also means with our words, it also means with our actions. And Dr. Martin Luther King actually said that nonviolence means avoiding not only physical violence, but internal violence. It he says that it means that not only are we not going to shoot someone or physically hurt someone, but that it goes as far as not hating. And hate is an internal feeling, the strong feeling of dislike or disdain. Love, on the other hand, is a practice of nonviolence. It is that strong feeling of connection, of seeing our oneness, of recognizing it. And each day between January 31st and April 4th, which are the 2 days in which each was assassinated, one in 1948 and one in 1968. January 31st was the day that Mahatma Gandhi was assassinated, and of course, then April the 4th was the day that Dr. Martin Luther King was also assassinated. And both of them, believing in nonviolence, was really their way of maybe taking a look at love from a different perspective. From that perspective of, I am not going to abuse, misuse you in an effort to get our word out that love is indeed the answer. You know, it's interesting because sometimes people don't hear the word love, or love is not supposed to be brought up in the workplace or in schools or in community. However, love is that pure aspect of caring. And as we humanize one another, as we humanize one another, there is that deep sense of caring and connection that I walk and talk in a place of, I am connected to you. I recognize our oneness. I recognize that you have that infinite intelligence that is living you and breathing you, that is your very being. And we are connected. So I care. So I love. And then we started then February 1st, which is the first day of Black History Month. And as we take a look at Black History Month, Black history is part of our American history. And as we look at the foundation of Black History Month, it is indeed to raise up the works of Africans that were brought to this country, enslaved and used as free labor and hurt and harm in many, many instances, not even seen as human beings, but as property. And so in the month of February, we get an opportunity to correct our consciousness. We get an opportunity to look at our African American siblings in love, in joy, in peace, and lift and raise them up for the contributions that they've made to the United States of America. It was also on February 1st that the family of Tyre Nicholas laid him to rest. And quite interesting, as we look at the continuous violence that happens in our society, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of not, I don't even watch the news much at all, but hearing about it, being told about it, and then having to tune in to see that one more time humanity is killing and hurting and harming one another. This has to stop. And so I'm tired. I'm tired of it. And when I'm tired of it, it leads me back to, what's love got to do with it? What is this love? What does God have to do with this? What does God have to do with everything that is occurring on our planet and our world? And so when I want to know the answers, I don't go to the mountaintop. I don't go to the news or the media. I don't go to the bottom of the deep blue sea, but I go within, in that silent space where love lives inside of me. Because if it is true that God is love, and that God created everything. God created everything out of itself. Therefore, I am love. And so I must seek within that love. I must seek to dwell in that place of love, to get quiet, to get so quiet and to simply begin to ask the question, what does love have to do with this? What does God have to do with that? Where is God in those situations? Where is love in those situations? Well, as I did watch a little bit of the live streaming of Tyree Nichols' service, it was indeed filled with love. And I wonder if things like this happen in our world to remind us of the love that we are and the love that we have for one another. But I don't want tragedy to happen, for us to lose lives or be hurt and harmed in order to feel that depth of love. There was an outpouring that no matter what the weather was like, people got there. It was live streamed. People watched from their comfort of their own home to recognize this young man's life. And all he wanted to do was go home. I'm just trying to get home. Home where the love is. Home here. Home within. Home to where his mama was. And he just called out for his mama. He called out for his mom. It's interesting that when we are in pain, how we call out for mom, we call out for that human love, and yet that human love comes from even a much deeper and divine sense of godness, of goodness, of passion and compassion. And so I wonder if you've ever asked yourself, does God love me? Do I love God? Is God love? And those are all interesting questions. I tend to believe that God is love. And that as love, all it can do is love. And that we feel that effect, that connection, because love showers us. Love envelops us. Love is usually the answer to everything. And so, through our spiritual practice of meditation, of prayer, simply in a meditative state, reminding ourselves. I like the meditation that is a mantra meditation. And it reminds me, and it goes like this: I see the sacred, I hear the sacred, I speak the sacred. All life is sacred. I see the sacred, I hear the sacred, I speak the sacred. All life is sacred. And when I chant that for myself, when I am still, when I am quiet, it is sacred because it is love. It is holy because it is wholesome. It is the wholeness of spirit that is right where you are. And in our prayer work, our affirmative prayer work, where we recognize the one power, the one presence, the one life that is spirit, that is living spirit, we recognize that it is love. And because it created everything out of itself, then I am the unique and unrepeatable way that love shows up in human form. That means that I am love, that which is true of spirit is true of me, because it is my DNA. It is my makeup. And so as we begin to unpack love, I just want to say that Punxsutawney Phil, the groundhog was pulled up on February the 2nd, and it saw its shadow, so we have another 6 weeks of winter. And whatever that means for you, for me, winter means cozying up. For that means that I get to go within more and recognize my life as the life of love. I'll leave you with this, and it's actually the third step prayer in Alcoholics Anonymous. And I simply changed one word so that it might, in fact, be quite meaningful and impactful. Here's my prayer for all of us. Love, I offer myself to thee, to build with me and to do with me as thy will. Relieve me of the bondage of self that I may better do love's will. Take away my difficulties that victory over them shall bear witness to thy power, thy love, and thy way of life. May I do love's will always. Beloveds, if you've been moved by this message, don't leave just yet. In just a moment, we're going to begin our 10 minutes of meditation. Hi, beloveds. It's me, Sunshine Daye, stopping in to just personally invite you to my workshop. It's called How to Create a Regular Spiritual Practice. Now, if you're a person who's seeking wholeness, peace of mind, abundance, joy, if you're looking for that sense of belonging, it is only through a regular spiritual practice that you actually get that sense of wholeness, that sense of oneness, that sense of belonging and being. And so my goal is to teach you morning spiritual practices and evening spiritual practices. Yes, there are evening spiritual practices that you can engage in that are going to boost you and skyrocket and deepen your sense of well-being. So I want you to join me. It's March the 6th and March the 8th. One is going to be an evening practice. One is going to be for a morning practice. Each of them are $25 a piece, but if you sign up for both, you get them both for only $40. So please visit the website at vidaslc.org. That's vidaslc.org. And remember, you are loved. Thanks.
Hi, Reverend Keven Kadel here. Today I'm facilitating my favorite meditation, which is a modified Vipassana meditation. Now, Vipassana meditation is an anywhere, anytime, any length meditation. You can meditate seated or standing, eyes open, eyes closed. You can meditate for a minute or an hour. So let's begin. So just become quiet and still, and close your eyes if you're comfortable, or cast your gaze on something interesting, and close your mouth and relax your tongue. And begin to notice the natural pattern of your breathing. Notice the in-breath, and notice the out-breath. And as you notice the in-breath, you might say silently to yourself, I'm breathing in. And as you notice the out-breath, you might repeat silently to yourself, I'm breathing out. And as you continue to repeat silently to yourself, breathing in, and then breathing out, notice the air passing in through the tip of your nose, and notice the air passing out the tip of your nose. Breathing in, and then breathing out. Breathing in, and then breathing out. And if you become distracted in any way, simply notice the distraction and with utmost compassion, return your awareness to the natural pattern of your breathing. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And you might feel sensations in your body. And simply notice the sensation. And with utmost compassion, return your awareness to that natural pattern of your breathing. Just breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And allow your abdomen to soften. Notice your breathing deepens. Notice your lungs fill with more air. And with soft belly, and breathing in and then breathing out. And breathing in and then breathing out. And breathing in and breathing out. And with deep gratitude and appreciation, gradually emerge from this mindful poise. Gradually begin to reacquaint yourself with your surroundings. Bless and release this moment of communion with living spirit. Enjoy. Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to the Vida Spiritual Connection. Please visit our website to submit a confidential prayer request. While there, sign up for our weekly email and receive the latest information for events, classes, and meetups. Remember to subscribe to Vida's YouTube channel, click like, and click the bell to get notifications. You can also find Vida on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Whoever sows generously also reaps generously. Giving is a spiritual practice. As you bless the world, you are blessed. Your financial contribution to Vida Spiritual Learning Center is an investment in your spiritual education and flow. Your contributions support your spiritual growth and this show, so it's a win-win. Use the link on our website, drop a check in the mail, or Zelle your contribution to 562-928-6460. Thank you so much for your generous support. Have a wonderful week and see you next time for the Vida Spiritual Connection.